Hello, friend. Thank you so much for joining me over on YouTube. I just want to give you a quick heads up that the training that you're about to see was originally recorded via Facebook Live over on our Facebook page. If you like what you see and would like to learn more, make sure you join us over on Facebook for weekly tips and tricks to help you grow your direct sales business and work smarter, not harder. All right, friends, let's get started. So let's talk about how to make your summer parties sizzle. Okay, let's talk about this. So, a couple of things. First thing, I've got, let's see, how many tips do I have? I have five things that I want to talk about. The first thing is, and y'all are going to be like, stop talking about this, but I really want to drive this one home. Okay. I want you to go live, friends. Go live and show your face. And if you can't go live, like I get it. I have 4 kids. I homeschool all of them. When they were little, it was really hard for me to get on a live without somebody, coming through the background. But really, guys, go live and show your face in your parties. All right. If you can't go live, use pre-recorded videos. I am totally okay with that. But the point is, I want you to show your face. All right. Because guess what people are doing right now? Guess what people are doing as we head into the summer season? They're lounging by the pool. Okay. They're at the park. They're at the beach. They're on vacation. And what do they do when they're on vacation? They scroll, right? And video has a much better reach, especially live video has a much better reach for on Facebook. Okay. So I want to make sure that you're showing your face, because what does showing your face do? It helps them build that connection with you. It helps them build that relationship, which makes the yes to the hosting opportunity and the business opportunity that much easier. So find some way. If you're doing a multi-day party, I would love for you to show your face every single day, whether it's a pre-recorded video or a live. You could also do some posts, some selfies with your products, right? You could do some fun stuff like that to show your face and help build that connection, because this is part of the problem with a virtual business is we don't have that face-to-face contact. People are like, oh, well, in-person parties were much easier. Yeah, because you were face-to-face with people. We were, belly to belly, as our friend Helen likes to say. So you're talking to people face-to-face. So we have to make sure we adapt that to the virtual world. And video is the easiest way to do that. So Facebook Live, pre-recorded video, pictures of you holding your product, smiling, having some fun, funny pictures of you when you do something with your product that flops. They like that too. So again, building those relationships, deepening those relationships, because if they don't feel connected to you, the booking and the recruiting is going to be that much harder, and the selling as well. Okay. And remember, people are scrolling. When they see faces, they're going to stop and they're going to see what you're talking about. Number 2, and this one may be beating a dead horse too, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Focus on summer product themes. All right. And here's why. I think we get into this kind of, we're busy. Like I just said, May is a crazy time in my world. I've got a senior that's graduating. My son just earned his Eagle Scout rank, and we're traveling and we're doing all the things, wrapping up the homeschooling year. It's just nuts at our house. So the danger is we can start to let some things drop. Okay. We can start to be like, I can just repurpose that thing that I've been using for the last 6 months. I can just keep reusing those posts. But here's the deal, guys. What people were thinking about in February and March are not the same things that people are thinking about in June and July. All right. I really want to drive that home. We're thinking about different things. Our feelings are a little different. We're more laid back. The schedules aren't as crazy. We don't have to get the kids up to go to school. We don't have to, things are just a little more laid back. So our mindset has changed, and what we're thinking about has changed. So make sure that your content in your parties is resonating with that theme. Otherwise, people are like, not really interested in that right now, because that's not really what I'm thinking about, right? So we want to make sure that we're sharing products and sharing content that's actually resonating with our people, okay? So that's number 2. And if you have trouble with this one, friends, if you have trouble thinking of, well, I've got this product, like I know my products, but how do I create a summer theme? What are some tips that I can share around this theme? What are people really thinking about? Go to Pinterest. Okay. Go to Pinterest and set a timer, because Pinterest can be a big fat rabbit hole. But your product catalog, if your marketing department has done a good job, they've probably already paired together some products and themes. You just have to go find them. Just look at what your company, your marketing department that's making the big bucks, what they're pairing together, and then go to Pinterest and start exploring. So I'm thinking about my Pampered Chef friends. Cast iron would be something I would totally be talking about over the summer because you can cook with it outdoors. You can cook with it over a campfire. You can do all those fun things, right? If you're in skincare, sunblock, we were just talking about this in our squad. Like, the summer skin is just different than our winter skin. Okay. If you're thinking about, if you have stuff for traveling, what are they thinking about? What are those things? Go to Pinterest and look up summer travel, go look up summer skin, go look up summer food. And the things that pop up are the things that are getting repinned over and over and over again right now. That should give you some clue as to what your people are thinking about. And then another thing to think about, friends, is if you have a VIP group or even a business page or on Instagram, you could do it in your stories to make sure that people see it. Do a poll. Like, what's top of mind right now? What's your favorite food right now? Where are you going on vacation? Are you staying home? What's your biggest struggle with your skin right now? Ask those questions so that you can then tailor your content around that. Make sense? Your party content. And then you can solve their problems, which, as we all know, when we solve the problems, we sell more of the stuff. Number 3 is have fun. And I'm going to challenge you guys on something on this. Sometimes, okay, there are some times when you look at a party, you're like, man, this is like watching paint dry. Like, this is not very much fun. So what can you do to make sure that your parties are fun? Do a party audit. All right. Because again, I think we get into this routine, right? Where we're just posting the same thing over and over and over again. Have a friend, have a spouse, have a business bestie, someone you know is going to be honest with you, not someone that's going to be like, oh, it's great, it's fabulous. No, get someone that's going to look at it and go, is this boring? Is this good? What do you think? Like, really get someone to take a look at it. You can also ask for feedback from your party guests or your hosts even. Your hosts are going to be, if you've developed a relationship with them, they will be honest with you. So have them do a party audit for you. Like, what did you think about my party? Was it fun? How would you describe the party? Make sense? And then you can also use that as a testimonial to help you book some more parties if you want to. But another thing to think about in your parties too is don't be bossy. Okay. Again, the summer is more laid back. We're relaxed. We're having fun. Nobody wants a bossy pants right now. Okay, so make sure your games are simple. Make sure your questions are simple. If you have to explain in an entire paragraph the rules for the game, too complicated, friends. Let's back it up a little bit and make it a little more simple. Okay, because then you have to get bossy and you're like, well, you broke the rules. You didn't actually win. Those party points are not yours. Like, it's just too complicated. Simple is best. And simple is best for everything, for your party sales, for your hostesses, for your recruiting, because if you make it look too complicated, then it's just bad. Okay. Another thing is change up your lingo. So when you're thinking about your products, as you start to kind of narrow down what types of products your people are thinking about, what are their pain points right now, change up how you talk about them. And again, we get into this pattern of just using what we've always used instead of taking the time to actually tailor the content to the people that are going to be seeing it during this during this season, right? So make sure that you've got some summer lingo in there. Is it sizzling hot? Just what are the summer words? And again, go to Pinterest and look up summer words. Okay, so simple, guys. Summer words. Somebody's got a list somewhere. You could look up summer marketing words that you can use to help with your party captions. That's just a fun thing you can do. And don't forget to put in some emojis like sunshine, palm trees, the beach towels, all that fun stuff to break up your text as well, make it easier to read. Okay. And then number 5, friends, I'm going to bring this up again. I really want you to host coach over the summer, and I'm going to tell you a little story about why. All right. I know I bring this up a lot because I truly believe that host coaching is the secret sauce that most people miss in the business, where they don't take the time to nail down their host coaching system, and therefore their party results are lackluster. And they're like, oh, I have to go try these 17 other things. No, if you would just nail down your host coaching, if you would nail down your party content, you wouldn't have to be chasing your tail trying a bazillion different things. You could just keep doing the thing that works. But most people don't take the time to do the thing that works or test out the thing to figure out what works. So another thing to think about with your host coaching, something you can tweak if you're not doing now, because people are more laid back, they may be traveling, they may not be on social as much, help your hostess get those outside orders. orders outside the party. Help her collect those orders. Maybe you send the link a little bit further in advance. Maybe you send her some paper catalogs and some paper order forms, whatever works for your company and your product. But make sure that she's got a way to collect those orders outside the party, because she's probably going to be seeing people out and about. Make sure she knows about that. Maybe offer her a little incentive if she gets them. And schedule time to host coach. Automate as much as possible. Schedule time to actually host coach in between your summer fun. But the thing I want to say about, kind of forgetting something, and why I bring this up again and again. There was a time, and I remember it was summertime, when we were traveling, we were doing lots of things, and I noticed that my party average was dropping. So I started to notice, okay, so I'm watching this happen, and because I check my stats every week, and I reviewed my stats deeply every month. So I noticed my party average was starting to dip. And so instead of just saying, well, I'm going to go try 17 different things, I was like, what broke? Okay, what did I break? What changed in my party? What changed in my host coaching? What changed that caused this to happen? And so what I did, because it was more than just a seasonal blip, it was really starting to tank. And so what I did is I went back and I looked at my host coaching. I had dropped one critical piece of my host coaching on accident. And this can happen, guys. We get, especially this time of year, because we get busy and we get distracted. And if we don't have our systems in place and our checklists in place so that we can easily duplicate what we do every single party and duplicate it well, then this can happen. And so what happened was I dropped it one time, and then I dropped it a second time and a third time. And then it became a habit because I just kept dropping it. Okay. And so it was bad, because then my party results started to tank. Okay. So make sure it doesn't really matter which piece of my host coaching it was, you guys, but if you are doing the same thing over and over and over again, okay, you should expect consistent results over and over and over again. So make sure that you're evaluating what's going on with your parties. Okay. Am I doing my host coaching? Am I skipping parts because I don't feel like it, because I'm too busy at the pool, because I'm too busy, traveling? What's actually going on? So make sure that you stay as consistent as possible with your host coaching, and your party sales, your party averages, and everything else should stay the same. Okay. All right, guys. So real quick review. So 5 things I want you guys to think about, okay, to make your summer parties, make sure they stay on point, make sure they sizzle a little bit, go live, show your face. Best thing to do to build relationships, okay? And Facebook favors the lives, okay? They favor the live, they favor the video, and people are on their phones looking. Focus on those summer product themes. That should go without saying, but really take the time to evaluate, is my content things that people are actually thinking about right now? Or am I just reusing something because I don't feel like I have the time to invest to change up my party post? And guys, if you will take the time to invest just a small amount of time to do a couple of polls, to go on Pinterest, explore some topics, change up your post, you should see the reward of that time well spent as your party averages start to go up. And then have fun, do a party audit with someone. Okay, have someone really look at your party. Change up your lingo to make it sound like summer. Again, I know it's really easy to just copy and paste what we've always done, but when you look at your content, does it actually sound like a summer party? Okay. And then host coach the heck out of your hostesses every single party. Okay. All right, my friends, have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.